Hello, this is Shirley, the herb lady. I'm going to talk about a herb that I don't sell much of, but it has helped. When people need it, they need it now. It's not something that you do in a few days. You do it now. And it's called blue cohosh. And I've sold it to several ladies. And the one I remember the most is I was talking to these two ladies about some herbs sitting at my desk where I'm sitting now. And a man came running in and he says, I need an herb, I need an herb, I need an herb. I said, okay. And I said, which one do you need? And he has this big piece of paper and he pulls it out and he says, I need this. And I look at it and I said, that's Latin. And on Latin it had, let's see, it had Berberridaceae. And I said, okay, if that's it, tell me what's wrong with whoever you want the herb for. He said, it's my wife and she's getting ready to have her 8th baby and it's not coming. And I said, oh, I know what it is. So I ran over there, got him the herb, and he took it and he ran out the door. And both ladies were sitting there and they go, he didn't pay you. And I said, oh, no, he didn't. I didn't worry about it, because then after he got in the car and then he got back out and he ran back in, he said, how much? And I told him and he paid me, and then he ran back out. And then the next day he came in with his baby boy and he said it worked. And blue cohosh, it only will bring the baby on if it's ready. If it's not ready, it won't do it. But it's a really good herb. So many people needs to know about it. And I think a lot of young ladies, when they have babies, they suffer because they don't have just the basic knowledge that's been out there for 100 years, more than 100 years. And a lot of this has been on print for over 100 years. So and then other ones, like when I was older, we was down in Homer and I was older, so I knew I could not have one at home, because I only seen a nursing baby once in my whole life in Indiana. So, and that shocked me, because nobody nursed their baby. Nobody. But see, they got us ready down in Homer. They taught us, and we had an OB nurse, and she was just wonderful and great. And she taught us, she said, how to breathe and how it was coming down, and how, with the pain and all that stuff. But the main gist of it, it was a 7-bed hospital, and they told us to call when we was in labor, and we called, and the day I called, the hospital was full. She said, oh, you can have it in the hallway. And I went, oh, right. But anyway, I was 3 days late, and the baby came, and you couldn't go in the hospital until you was 5 milliliters. And I had 22 hours at home, and I went in, I said, let me be 5, let me be 5. And when I walked in the door and they checked me, I was 5, so I could stay. And then 5 hours later, I had the baby girl. But the main gist of it is, if I didn't have that knowledge how to focus, and my husband helped me, at first he didn't want to help me. He said, this is just too much for me. I said, what do you think? It's all the woman. And then being here, helping the ladies with herbs, I have a printout that I hand to new mothers to show them which herbs they should be taking and which herbs not to touch. And I had one woman that was sitting in the chair in front of me, and she had number 16th baby on her lap. It was 6 months old, and it was number 16. And people suffer so much having babies, and they don't have to suffer if they have some knowledge. And so I've just been really thankful for the knowledge I have learned about herbs. Herbs can help, because I believe everybody should have a backup, like at the hospital and things like that. But herbs, all they will do is help you to be stronger and your uterus to be stronger. Well, blue cohosh a lot of times works with black cohosh, like I did the last week with black cohosh. And it helps the motor nerves, especially recommended for the ears of hearing. You can rub it in the back of your ears and the back of your neck, and it helps with the motor nerves. And blue cohosh relieves female trouble during pregnancy and childbirth. The Indians named it squaw root and papoose root. They said it was the woman's best friend. They taught the American Indians taught the white settlers how to use it, and and they started taking blue cohosh several weeks prior to give tone and vigor to the uterus muscle and to relieve much pain that can attend in labor. During labor, especially when the mother is to become fatigued, the uterus begins to lack the nervous energy, and when you add the capsule to it, the nervous energy, the energy will come back, and the uterus starts working better and get the baby out of there. And it helps to relieve pain, and it just helps for everything to function correctly like it's supposed to. And the afterbirth, it will relieve that pain. If a woman experiences false labor prior, they can take blue cohosh, and it will stop false contractions. If the placenta is not coming out correctly, take blue cohosh, and it will help the expulsion of it. Because the weight gain can be associated with hormone imbalance, lack of trace minerals, the remedy can greatly assist in regulating the weight. Blue cohosh has been effective in troubles administration. It can regulate late cycles or restore the cycles that is delayed by shock or by chill. So if you know somebody that is getting ready to have a baby, and now some women, I had an aunt, she went 10 months without she had 4 boys, and every one of them was 10 months. But see, back in the old days, the doctor just let the body do what it does, because everybody's different, but the average person, or most person, goes 9 months. But some people, my aunt, she went 10 months on every baby boy. Have a good day.